This week's episode of the multiple award-winning Here For It podcast is brought to you by The Fantasy. Ooh. The Rock Nation / pre-Grammy party is the fantasy that the actual Grammys wanted to be.
Oh, that black excellence.
Ooh. Everybody looked happy to be there. Contrast that with the Grammys. There were talented people there. Contrast that with the Grammys. And Beyonce was there. Contrast that with the Grammys.
Why are you reading them like this?
They deserve this and many more reads, but we only have such a little bit of time to give them. But Beyonce was the center of attention.
I thought she said a center. I'm like, oh, she's married. Okay.
She was the center of attention. See, enunciation comes from me. And she was the center of attention, as it should be. When one blogger he's not on Real Housewives. He's on Love and Hip Hop. Mm-hmm. Jason Lee saw the Queen and was starstruck and in awe of her beauty and talent, and couldn't believe he was just in the presence of royalty.
Who invited him?
Good question. He probably snuck in.
Child. Julius standing right there like...
Julius was looking at him.
Beyonce, like, his eyes on Beyonce, the prize. So he was like, Beyonce's going this way. Beyonce's going... Why the fuck all of a sudden Beyonce's...
zigzagging?
That's not her swag. Who was that?
Jason Lee was living in his own fantasy. Speaking of fantasies, he thought that Beyonce would actually want to speak to him. And that was not a part of Beyonce's fantasy at all, because she was trying to get out of this bad dream.
No, baby.
And create a beautiful nightmare somewhere else.
No, ma'am.
The curve that she gave Jason Lee was felt around the world. It tickled my soul, and I am happy and here for it.
Amen.
My name is The Superman, TheeSupaman, a.k.a. Detroit's Hustle Man, BKA The Ultimate Fuck Machine. It's from Big Mouth if you've not seen it.
I was going to say, oh my God. All right. Trash. Oh, I got to delete that tweet. Shout out to Ariana.
Garbage.
Delete that tweet.
Bullshit.
Delete that tweet. My name is Ronald Matters. Follow me on the internet at Ronald Matters. And of course, RonaldMatters.com. I am me, a Bleach Queen.
Wow.
Nah.
And you can find us in the Saints locker room. This weekend is International Condom Day. We at Impulse DC will be hosting and welcoming you to Condom Con. We will be right at the Blind Wino Saturday at 4 p.m. Come out and learn how to accurately put on a condom in real life with a real life penis, and enter the costume contest to win $500.
Yeah, that was like costumes made out of condoms. Wow.
Yeah. So put your mind to it. Our icebreaker this week is, who would your celebrity female hall pass be, not Beyonce?
Tinashe. I love Tinashe.
You would have sex with her, though?
Oh, my God. Never mind.
It's a celebrity hall pass. You need a masculine-leaning woman.
No. A woman who I think is cute. I like Chanel Iman. I watched her in the Fire Festival videos because, she was one of the models. Mm-hmm. That was... Look, she a stunt queen. I'm a stunt queen.
We're going to see when they bring these charges.
Yeah, the models are being charged.
Yeah.
Down to the Fire Festival.
Stunting. Scamming. Doing
but
shows.
Chanel Iman is so pretty to me. And she was the only cute model that I saw in the Fire Festival promotion videos. But then that's like, Chanel Iman, come do this with Ja Rule. And she was like, why?
I don't have to do that.
And she's like, that's not going to do numbers. Look, she's smart. She knows what's going to do numbers on Insta. She's smart and she's beautiful.
So you can have sex with her?
Yes.
Okay. Well, allegedly.
I'd be looking at the boobs the whole time. Like, boobs on a woman is still a turn on for me. And I just imagine that she's got nice boobs. Wow. I can do it.
So he's coming out as bisexual now. It jumped out. You saw that?
Woo! The bisexual jumped out.
It jumped out. For me, it's still the amazing, the incomparable Nia Long. Nia Long has always done something to me. just with short hair, with long hair.
True.
Back in the day,
Brown,
yesterday.
dark, short. Yeah,
just
she just
spunky. I just know she a freak. I know she can go. Nia Long. If somebody out there got the contact.
You're fetishizing. I gotta. I'm trying to think of what the girl's gonna say on the internet. You fetishizing
black women.
So you like the girls always coming up with new excuses. You demonizing something. You something and something. I'm like,
no. I'm just saying I want to fuck this one.
You annoying on my timeline move, but okay. Yeah, Nia Long is really
Nia Long is a goal.
Everything.
And when she told J. Cole, because J. Cole says she might be too old for him, she was like, "Oh, I'm not." That was
don't be blocking my blessings.
Okay, young man, you could get to work. That is our icebreaker this week. Our word of the day, WERD, is cuck. CUCK. Relevant in porn these days because a lot of girls are in their fantasy of being in a full white heterosexual couple, but wanting black penis to be involved, which is also fetishization of the black penis, of black men, and of the community, the same ones that you don't support, the same ones that you do not protest for, and the same ones that you vote against. The word cuck...
Vote against them?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Often. The word cuck is derived from cuckold. Cuckold derives from cuckoo, as in the cuckoo bird, alluding to its habit of laying its eggs in other birds' nests.
Okay.
So let that rest with you. A bird that's laying its eggs in some other bird's nest. Like, here you go, take care of these kids. Good luck, I'm getting ready to go.
And that's a whole point.
Yeah. Well, if you think about what it really means, they're saying the black man is the cuckoo bird. He's laying his eggs in somebody else's nest and telling them to take care of it. Because oftentimes in cuck porn, it's the black man coming in the white woman and rolling. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, well, look, he left his eggs with the white woman and they have to take care of his kids. First off, I don't know whose fantasy that really is. It's definitely not the white people's fantasy because now they got this black baby that they didn't want to take care of in the first place. And it's not the black man's fantasy to leave his children in a white home. So that's nobody's fantasy.
There was, I can't remember where it was. It was a short film, of course, on the internet. I'm always watching documentaries. There's these group of women who go on vacation to these islands, and they see the men walking up and down the beach, of course, selling themselves to make money to feed their families. And so these groups of women go down to these islands and have sex with these men.
Dominican Republic too.
They fetishizing the black penis and all that, and then like they record themselves like hiding behind a rock or something on the beach and having sex and look, we're having fun. This is fun down to the beach.
Sure. But yeah, it's definitely very popular throughout the islands.
And what if you get pregnant from? Wow! Oh my gosh, together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's not nobody's fantasy. It's not the white woman.
This is why the white woman was planning for the Plan B to be on sale down to the Walgreens in the Dwayne Reeds in the CVS's.
Dun dun dun.
But look, when it affect white girls, they always make sure. Okay.
Well, I watched two. Speaking of documentaries, I watched two documentaries on feminism this weekend. One with Jane Fonda spearheading, one with Gloria Steinem spearheading, and both were negating the fact that black women were spearheading feminism before they were. And so there were a lot of white women and a lot of lesbian women, white lesbian women, that were, talking about being on the forefronts of feminism, and this has been our fight since, the 40s and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why is there only one black woman here? Like, it's just, that's the only one you could find?
Woo! Okay.
Barbara Smith was not available.
Who set these panels up?
So that's the word of the day. Multiple words. WERD. Our affirmation this week, again, it is Valentine's Day this week. Shout out to y'all that's gonna be out here faking with a nigga, and shout out to y'all that's got one that you think is real. That's cute. Wanting a husband and being ready for a husband are two different things.
This is a mental health key. What are we doing? I'm so scared.
It's an affirmation.
Okay, our affirmation.
Because a lot of people say that they are ready for a relationship. They're ready to get married. They're ready to date and blah, blah, blah. And the term of being ready is subjective.
They really be gonna waste his time. 2019 hashtag.
Yeah. So figure out what your ready should look like. Because if you think that you are ready because you are financially stable, because you're real cute right now, you just lost those last 20 pounds from the winter, your skin is finally cleared up, you finally got rid of that chlamydia or that gonorrhea, you have to reassess what ready looks like for you. And so if ready is I am financially stable and chlamydia has cleared up, that's fine. But make sure that the person that you are trying to make your Valentine is good with those just being the standard.
So because I want to have a home with a man, does that mean as a woman I need to go get a house?
No.
Can the house be in his name? I want him to have the house.
A house is not a home.
I would
Luther
like to move
Vandross.
to his house. I'm not trying to put the house in my name because 30-year mortgages just sell like trash, especially with interest rates and Trump in the White House and Texas not coming back properly. I don't got time. And then like when you own property, you got to pay taxes on that. I get real shaky.
A house is not a home. Luther Vandross told us that.
A loose foundation.
Speaking of
the hole's still tight though, but.
Speaking of gay black history, Luther Vandross told us a house is not a home. And so if your ready is dependent upon material things, you need to assess your ready.
Ooh.
So assess your ready, and are you emotionally available? Are you intellectually available to teach somebody else something and to be taught anything? And if the answer is not a full and resounding yes, then you're not ready. And sit your ass down until you are ready. And that is our affirmation this week.
Happy Valentine. Wow, happy Valentine's, wench.
Be affirmed. Be ye affirmed. 6'4 Luxury has a sale going on this month. So if you listen to the last few episodes, a couple of them starting at the beginning of the year, we were talking about some things that you can do for self-care as far as, your facial regimen, doing shower concerts, things of that nature, blah, blah, blah. And so if you would like to take advantage of this sale, you can get over to 64luxury.com and if enter the offer code Here For It Podcast for an extra 15% off for this month only. So you can go get you some great materials made for us, by us, with organic materials, by a chemist, by an esthetician, and you can get 15% off of it right now. So I don't know if any of y'all out there love a deal more than I love a deal, but 15% off sounds like a deal to me.
I am really loving his live videos that he's doing. He talked about
toning,
exfoliation. Yep. He did a 2-part thing on it because apparently y'all girls need to exfoliate, and that's where he gets the most questions. And then he did one on toning. I haven't watched all of the toning video, but I like that he's demonstrating the products live, and he's showing you the product that he's creating. So and he was talking about coffee scrubs, and he don't really like those because a lot of the national brands don't ground the coffee up properly like they're supposed to. So
or whether it's really made of full all coffee bean.
I was like, oh, he's so smart.
Yeah, he went to school for this.
He did. He really went to school for this. So 64luxury.com and enter promo code Here For It Podcast and get 15% off your purchase. I live.
Absolutely. I'm here for it. So y'all know that we hate Meghan McCain.
No,
here.
we don't. Oh, yes, we do. Whoa, I was trying to be nice, but no, not to that one. Not to that one. Okay, cool. Shut my fat ass up.
There you go. Start there. So there's another McCain that we have to add to the list right along with her. We didn't know that she was problematic before because she was mostly quiet and in the background like typical 60s wives were. But her racism jumped out this past week.
Oh, Lord.
Cindy McCain.
Who?
Meghan McCain's mama. John McCain's widow at this point. Had to apologize and retract some statements after she believed a child trafficking was being attempted in front of her. Child trafficking meaning she saw a mother and a child of two different ethnicities and thought the mother must have been stealing the child and must have been engaging in child trafficking because they were of two different ethnicities.
Did this happen in Arizona, down where they're
Phoenix,
from?
Yep. Yeah, at Phoenix Sky Harbor. This is her words, I reported an incident that I thought was trafficking, McCain wrote on Twitter Wednesday. I commend the police officers. You started with the police officers? I commend the police officers for their diligence because they showed up when a white woman called.
Thank God they did a thorough investigation because the police officers don't always do that. So
I apologize if anything else I have said on this matter distracts from if you see something, say something. Bitch.
Huh?
Two different things. If you see something, say something is about terrorism. You could not have possibly seen terrorism if you saw a person of color with a child who was white. Where is the terrorism in that?
And y'all the ones going to buy the brown children from Taiwan and all this other... Where they be going?
You've been watching Madonna on TV and Instagram and they called the police not one time.
And she on the internet saying nigger because she got a black son. Ooh.
During an interview with a local radio station, McCain was discussing human trafficking at the Super Bowl when she later claimed that she stopped a child trafficking attempt.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. At Phoenix Airport last week. I came in from a trip and I'd been on and I spotted it and it looked odd. It was a woman of a different ethnicity than the child. This toddler she had, and said something didn't click with me. So are you fucking Carmen Sandiego? Who the fuck authorized you to be the investigative reporter at the airport?
Blues Clues?
What the fuck?
What are you doing, man?
This is America.
Ooh, Grammy Award winning.
This is America. There are plenty of people with children of different ethnicities, mixed ethnicities. Where in the fuck white America did you think that you were where you saw that a parent of a different ethnicity than a child must have been fodder for see something, say something?
White women love throwing allegations around and just, I was just seeing what was going on. Very Donald Trumpish. They Republican.
Very Emmett Till-ish. Very Emmett Till-ish.
And she had to apologize for that.
On her deathbed. Cindy McCain, I'm absolutely not here for it. You could have stayed quiet.
Bro.
You could have stayed quiet. You could have let Meghan McCain be the problematic one of the family. All you had to do was just enjoy retirement and
sit in the Delta Sky Lounge with your American Express card. No Secret Service, because she's a, yeah.
I don't know if she has Secret Service, because her husband was only a senator.
Oh, okay.
Now, if he was a president, then maybe. But, he had two chances and never got that. Thank God. But I'm not here for it. Let Meghan McCain be the loud, problematic one. Go sit your old ass down.
She get a chick for it at least.
Yeah, because now you fucking up the dynasty even more.
Yeah.
Go sit down.
Very Ariana. Yeah. I'm scared.
Abducted in Plain Sight is probably the best thing that y'all can watch on Netflix this week. So if you are like me and you ain't got no Valentines,
watch it again.
Watch it, because the shit... troubling.
Now this the shit that Sandy.
If you see something, say something. That's what. Go to Utah. Go to Wyoming. Go to Northern California.
Took the baby down to Mexico and married her at age 12.
We ain't gonna spoil it because we want them to watch it. But
that is only. That ain't even.
That's a tip.
That's not even.
That's not even the penis tip. Literally, there's a lot going on in this documentary.
From Wyoming to Mexico. How did this man get possession of my child at age 12 to take her to Mexico from Wyoming?
If you have not seen this documentary yet, again, you're going to be at home stuffing your face with ice cream on Valentine's Day. Watch this documentary. It will have you up, down, around, just confused, bewildered, all the things. It was great.
The Mormon community.
Yeah.
What were your two biggest takeaways?
Why are y'all trusting these random niggas with your baby? One. You ain't got the baby. Your grandmama's the baby. Two, accountability. The police hold people of color accountable so much that we even have a job for it called a truancy officer. If your kids don't go to school, if your kids are absent from school so many times, where was the police accountability in them knowing that these people were not protecting their kids the best way possible? And I'm just saying it like that to not spoil the documentary, but these people had so many opportunities to protect their children from a predator, and they just abdicated their responsibilities, and the police held them to no standard, to no accountability at all.
Yeah. And slight spoiler alert. When she was abducted, the guy had gave her a pill and told her to take it, and then she took it. I was like, my mama don't be taking nothing from nobody.
Including money. And I was like, you mean really? Because I mean, like, if they're giving me money, I'm just...
Mama, I'm bringing this back to the house.
I'm still struggling with that lesson now.
Like, Mama, she gave me $2, and here go my $2, Mama. You took money from a woman. Yeah. Cash. It's very difficult to find in these days. But Abducted in Plain Sight, if you have not... Have you guys seen it? Tell us in the comments what your thoughts are about Abducted in Plain Sight, because we definitely have been getting tagged on the internet. So we know some of you have seen it, but child, the ghetto. Well, the non-ghetto.
Yeah, the non-ghetto, because all of them was rich and
it was
white.
a Mormon community. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn, he still got money to do all this shit. How he still working? Anyway, Planned Parenthood introduces new programs for gay men and trans people, and I'm absolutely here for it.
Oh, you thought the Republicans was mad at first about abortions?
Oh, yeah.
Because gay services? Oh.
Yeah, anybody that knows anything knows that Planned Parenthood does so many other services outside of abortions. Mm-hmm. It has just been popularized that they do all the abortions. But it is absolutely not true. And this story coming out, I think, sheds a light on the many services that Planned Parenthood does. And not even just for the heterosexual women community, as we can see. The 102-year-old organization providing sexual health care is expanding their mission. The organization is introducing programs specifically for gay men and trans people. For gay men, Planned Parenthood is now offering PrEP. This is the type of regimented medication to prevent HIV infection. And when I say they are offering it free and without any hang-ups. To come in for an appointment is given the next day. End of story. I won't say period because gross. And
they already got it on the website. It says LGBT services. Oh.
Yeah.
Look, Planned Parenthood moving fast. They want y'all to know. Come on in. We got the services.
They also are quoted as saying, we do all the counseling around it. We do all the testing that's necessary. We actually provide prescriptions. And if people don't have insurance and need to go through the program through Gilead to pay for it, we facilitate the applications for that. They also refer to the in-house program created to help uninsured people access the medications despite the huge out-of-pocket costs. So a lot of people always are saying, oh my God, PrEP costs so much. There are so many programs, including this national program that you can find in almost every state. Planned Parenthood is in almost every state where you can get it. Mm-hmm. Gilead is actually, this is their quote, Gilead is actually pretty great about helping people afford their drugs. They have a very good program for uninsured people. You have to know about it, but of course, just fill out the application. So they're not even turning down applications right now. A lot of places will turn down applications because you make too much money or because there's a wait list. Planned Parenthood has none of that. You can go fill out an application right now and get a part of these services. For trans people, they've started providing hormone therapy, which we covered last week. Mm-hmm. For trans folks over a year ago, the summer of 2017 was when they very first started it. We soon realized that we were doing a disservice to our patients because we realized that trans folks who have sex with men are at such a high risk for acquiring HIV that it was a disservice not to provide them PrEP as well as hormone replacement therapy. So, two avenues there for trans people and for people that are also seeking PrEP. Is absolutely our tax dollars actually at work. So when you see all these taxes taken out of your check and you think about how the government is mismanaging money like they typically do, this is the one good thing that your tax dollars is going to, and I am absolutely here for it.
I'm looking on AIDSview.org. It's a really great website about getting analytics about STIs and all that stuff. There are approximately 9,276 people in the state of Mississippi living with HIV, according to 2015 statistics. 72.8% of those people are black, and
72%. Most. A lot.
69.1% of them are male. What is going on?
Most, a lot. I have to summarize this because when we say numbers, some people get lost in the numbers and be like, oh, okay, that don't sound that bad. That mean most, a lot. A lot of people got the shit and can't deal with it and don't have the proper avenues to deal with it effectively to live a further, better life.
And no thanks to the conservative trash living in Mississippi, there's only one Planned Parenthood in the whole state, in Hattiesburg.
Ugh.
Mississippi in the South continues to be high new infection rates for black gay men, but they didn't decide to expand Medicaid because they thought that the Obamacare was going to be trash. And then Obamacare ended up saving millions of lives. But just wanted to give a spotlight to a rural area that can really benefit from Planned Parenthood services.
What kind of area?
A rural. We are not doing the accent challenge.
I just want it to be clear.
The rural.
Let's be clear. Let's be very clear.
That's an area that could really benefit. Mississippi continues.
Not urban area. The opposite. Just say that.
Well, everything in Mississippi is
not the urban area.
Ciao.
RuPaul's Best Friend race happened this past week.
All right now.
And they finally got Latrice up out of here.
No comment. I'm in mourning.
So wear a gown.
No, do not wear a fucking gown.
If
no more gowns. No more gowns.
If you're in mourning, you gotta wear a gown.
Put a wig on your shoulder. Yeah, safari. It's a safari challenge. You could at least curl it, Latrice. Invest in the costume.
She thought it was a safari challenge, but they just said it was kitty.
It was a kitty, girl.
Kitty.
Not the whole jungle.
She had zebra.
Just the feline region.
She had zebra. Zebra is not kitty.
She had a giraffe on her too. Big girl.
Yeah, giraffe pussy. You were given giraffe pussy. And it was time for her to go. But we finally have a top 4. 3 of them are black girls. No, because I know what they're about to do again. I know what they're about to do again. And I had hope because we started out with so many black girls. And we had so many good black girls. And season 11 has like half of the cast is black girls.
Huh.
And
the truth jumped out.
It ain't jump out, it's just out here in plain sight. And just
Rue, go this way.
You are a black girl. You started off as a black girl, as a black poor girl. How are we still crowning the future of drag being a white twink with blonde hair? 4 years in a fucking row.
Get out the horse, girl.
That's not the future. That's the past.
And all
literally, that's Lady Bunny.
They keep claiming I'm the future of drag. Okay, so what does that mean? What is that? Can you support your thesis?
That's literally the past. Lady Bunny was here. It's very redundant to me. For us to have an exciting season and for it to all end the same way that it continues to end is irritating. I like Trinity. This is not a Trinity hate train. I like Trinity. She's very talented. Currently has the best track record because they sent Manila home because she had the best track record.
A black girl did that.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave Naomi Smalls alone because Naomi Smalls is alone right now anyway. This is not going to go the way that I want it to go. I hope it's at least entertaining this coming Friday. Because at least entertain me while you tell me that white girls are better than black girls. RuPaul, that is to you.
I got hopes.
I don't.
Come on out.
I don't.
Come on out.
Monet Exchange should win, but won't win.
Okay. I received that.
Won't win.
You
know Naomi Smalls is going to go home first. She's not going to make the top 3. I saw it. I saw it in the tea leaves. It was a vision. I had a vision of love.
Don't ruin it for me, Argentina.
I had a vision of love. So I wish them the best with that. Season 11 comes on, I guess, a week.
2/23?
2 weeks. a week after the finale.
Moving to Thursday.
So hopefully they do Black Girls Justice on that season.
221.
Yeah.
Not 223.
So, yeah, that's a week later. So the Drag Race train is going to keep on going, but as long as we running black drag queens over, I'm not going to be here for it.
It's an injustice. We got to march. When it get warm. I'm not marching right now.
Wow. So we only need rights in the summer. It's cool for the summer.
Oh, we canceled her, I thought. Something she tweeted. Oh, she tweeted.
I don't even know which white
British
singer.
Man.
I don't even know which white singer that is.
I was going to say, I don't really know either. I'm trying to piece together because I don't really know. I'm like, well, I'm supposed to be abreast, but...
I feel like that could be Miley Cyrus or it could be Katy Perry. No.
It could have been Meghan Trainor. Who knows?
Could be one of them. Because their music all sounds alike. So, I angered a fan with that, I'm sure.
Really quickly in the middle of Hot Topics, make sure you guys are using our hashtag #HereForItHive on the internet when you talk about the show. We are definitely into the hashtag, responding, liking comments, and giving shout outs to girls. We love you. Make sure you're using our hashtag. And thank you so much. We fell out of the charts in Zimbabwe this week on we were like in the top I said podcast. I'm getting old. But we are still
little radio shows.
We are still trending in so many different countries. Thank you guys so much for listening to us wherever you are on the internet. Show us some love if you
listeners in Zimbabwe. Tell us why you not listening. What the hell?
What did we do?
What y'all got going on?
Well,
what came on TV?
It's because they stopped listening.
Okay, well y'all join the hashtag not here for it Hive. And I'll look for those responses there.
But if you're an international listener, definitely send us a message, a little short video. We want to see you guys. We love messages from all of our listeners, to be quite honest. But use the hashtag. Thank you guys so much. We got another review on Apple Podcasts. I was trying to find it, but it's so many reviews in abundance, a blessing, amen, that I couldn't find out which one was the new one.
Stunning.
What else is going on in Hot Topic?
Speaking of southern states that continue to be trash, and try to drag our community, Tennessee lawmakers.
Oh, here we. Okay, so first, you're against me. First, you throw the McCain family in my face, and then you're gonna drag Tennessee. All right.
Yeah. Tennessee lawmakers again have sought to ban. Wow.
I'm trying to laugh and drink as kid. Pick one.
Wow, don't die. Tennessee lawmakers seek to ban same-sex marriage with the Natural Marriage Defense Act. Natural marriage.
I thought Alexander was stepping down. Who the governor over here?
Haslam? Your state, not mine. Lawmakers in Tennessee have reintroduced the Natural Marriage Defense Act. The bill failed to advance when introduced in 2017 as well as 2016, and they are re-emboldened to reintroduce it in 2019 after previous failed attempts. The bill was previously estimated to cost the state $9 billion.
That's the headline I'm looking at. What?
Like y'all got $9 billion
You
to about fucking
truancy.
spare.
Truancy. This is where the truancy is. We're not going to school.
The Natural Marriage Defense Act, introduced by Republican Congressman Senator Mark Pody and Representative Jerry Sexton, states that the Supreme Court's 2015 decision to legalize same-sex marriage is void in the state of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Girl, it's the Supreme Court. That means all of the states. Like, you don't get to say, Tennessee is different. We do things different here. The Supreme Court told y'all, all of us in 2015, everybody can get married. Y'all have decided, this is Tennessee. Is that a good Tennessee accent?
It really was.
This is Tennessee. We can do what we want. Them gays and them faggots and them queers can't get married in here.
Wow. Accent challenge. It says Tennessee Medicaid, called TennCare, has $7 billion of funding at jeopardy. So it's not even going to affect the rich white men who are making the law. It's going to affect the poor people of the state. They're going to lose their health care. And an additional $2 billion in health care in something. Where did so it's not even going to affect them. So they just want to sit up in the offices and make these decisions. Like TennCare really, insures most of Tennessee's children.
Yeah.
Most of Tennessee's children. As a girl who was on Blue Cross, I was on Omnicare back when that was the thing, and I was on so many different Tennessee Medicaid options as a child. Girl, my mom was like, "Girl, I don't even know. I just keep all the kids' insurance card." It was 5 of us. I just keep every insurance card I ever received, and one of these will work.
You was also on Kojic Pastors back then too, so.
Justice for the kids. I'm trying to get justice for the kids, and you bringing up my own secrets.
Is it a secret? This bill would prohibit government officials such as clerks who give out marriage licenses from recognizing any ruling that affirms same-sex unions. It also specifies that they will not be arrested for failing to recognize same-sex marriages. So when I go get my gay ass married in Tennessee and the girls say, no, thank you, next, you can't even press charges on them no more the way that you could in Kentucky. Remember when the other porridge-faced bitch in Kentucky was the clerk, and she denied people that got married their marriage license? They took her ass to court and won. You wouldn't even be able to do that in Tennessee because they would be like, what? We not enforcing that. That's not like a law that the Supreme Court told us was a law in Tennessee. Additionally, the bill would require that Tennessee's Attorney General defends this law and any subsequent court challenges. The far right's dream scenario is this would go back to the Supreme Court, which is currently conservative leaning, and the Supreme Court would accept it. So reversing its course from 2015 is the goal. The executive director of the Tennessee Equality Project told the Tennessean, a newspaper. The Tennessean Equality Project is an LGBTI rights organization. They have opposed the Natural Marriage Defense Act in the past, and they have been successful in 2016, 2017, and I pray that they are successful again in 2019. This is absolute trash. I'm not here for it. Y'all need to go the fuck away with this. Stay in the Stone Age with this. My Bible declares that I get to tell you what to do with your pussy and with your dick. It don't. That is all for Hot Topics this week.
This week I want to ask you a question, Ed the Superman.
Oh, Lord.
And there is a prize and there's a consequence.
Okay.
So, the question is, in 2010, the National Census stated the population in Eureka Springs, Arkansas is how much?
349.
The prize is I will shake my man boobs in your face.
Oh, I don't want to win.
The consequence.
If I have to lose to win, Fantasia style, then I just want to lose.
I'm just joking. But the population is 2,073 people in Eureka Springs. Mm-hmm. This is where the Eureka Springs water came from. Do the girls still buy that?
No.
Down to the Cecils, it's called Schnucks down in Tennessee, a popular grocer. What is a Food Lion? That's a popular anyway.
Food Lion is mainline. That's everywhere. That's a lot of places.
In 2015, filmmakers Michael Palmieri and Donald Mosher were commissioned to make a response video because in 2015, imagine me, they had an ordinance that banned, it outlawed LGBT discrimination because the girls were down there doing it, but they was like, nah, bro, not in Eureka Springs. And they went and got some good lawyers, and they got it outlawed. So these two filmmakers were commissioned to come do a little short video, probably for the YouTube or probably for the wherever they work. And they said, there's a bigger story here than just covering this ordinance that outlawed LGBT discrimination. And so for 3 years, they covered the annual Passion Play, which is the city's annual, what's that play called? Movie? Passion of the Christ?
Yes.
They do the play every year. It's a hit. Why are we doing it over and over? I got the DVD. Ma'am, I don't have to come back down here.
Christians are such trauma girls. This is our Lord and Savior, so I'm going to watch him die a whole bunch of times. What?
Because I love him.
And he loved me.
And in contrast, they also covered the drag queens that performed at Eureka Live, the one gay club in town. So they covered everybody's value, let everybody tell their side in their voice. And the documentary is called The Gospel of Eureka.
Oh, like the drag queen?
not the big white girl from Johnson City, Tennessee.
It was Southern. I just made the correlation.
Springs, Arkansas. So it opens March 8th in New York and Los Angeles, and I'm definitely trying to find the bootleg, 1, and 2, when it will be opening in other places, and 3, can I get the email to the directors and them so I can tell them, like, hey, I work in media, I should be viewing a screener of this and telling people to whatever. But
reporting live.
That's my own personal, because I'm excited to see this. I'm like, oh, I need to see if I can use my zhuzh to get me a copy of the movie. But The Gospel of Eureka, I will definitely, that was a lot of syllables.
More than it needed to be.
I was going to say definitely.
I'm from Tennessee.
I'm going to definitely leave a link in the bio, in the description. The Gospel of Eureka. I'm excited to see it. Well, not Jesus die every year. Why we got to keep watching this? It's a hit.
I lied about Hot Topics. There was one more, like I've been saying from the top of the year, that I'm not going to let
I'm going to stop saying that word.
Go. So this week in the segment that I am aptly titling "How White Men Get Away with Murder,"
it's not a joke.
It's not. So y'all watch How to Get Away with Murder and love that shit, and we watch Annalise Keating kill niggas for 3, 4, 5
white
seasons.
niggas, Latin niggas,
all of the niggas, and she's still out here with a law degree and a law license.
A new bang every week.
And Ed Buck has no new bangs this week. He still is out here porridge faced on the city streets, and I'm not here for it. I'm never going to be here for it. And every week I am going to bring it to you again and again, because these bitches will not lock Ed Buck the fuck up.
Hashtag arrest Ed Buck.
There is no movement. There has never been an arrest of a person that murdered someone unless the public outcried so much that state's attorney general had no choice. So I am imploring the previous state attorney general of California, our current presidential hopeful, Kamala Harris, to be abreast of this subject and to put pressure on the current state attorney general to put Ed Buck the fuck in jail until we have figured. That's what I mean. Yeah, because there's a lot of attention on everything she's saying. We talking about. She talked about this week that she smoked weed and inhaled. Okay,
well,
you went to
inhaling is a part of the smoking.
Well, we've had previous presidents that said they didn't inhale. Yeah,
go on break.
And so she openly said that she smoked weed and listened to Tupac, and that was a headline. So if she can create those kind of headlines with something that I figured you probably did at Howard, it's Howard. Like a lot of niggas was smoking weed at Howard. A lot of niggas is smoking weed at Howard currently.
It's legal.
It's
now.
Not breaking news. So if she can make that breaking news, she should also weigh in on the Ed Buck situation and put some pressure as the current sitting senator in California to have this more broadly investigated, to have this person arrested. There are 2 black gay men dead, not coming back. They not gonna fulfill their destiny. They could be the next Beyonce dancer, the next Beyonce choreographer. They could have been the next best playwright. They could have been the next director of a movie. Ryan Coogler's from California, directed Black Panther. We could have killed the next Ryan Coogler, and nobody is talking about it. Dead, gone. We speak your name, Jamel Moore. We speak your name, John, my brother Doe, because we still don't know his name. The second murder victim's name is still not released over a month later. His family know he's gone. He's never coming back. They probably even had his funeral by now. And the public does not know his name. Ed Buck needs to be arrested. somebody getting Kamala Harris's comments, somebody getting Kamala Harris's camp's comments. I want to hear her take on it. As a presidential hopeful, I want her to be on the right side of the law. As a person that was in law enforcement, I want her to be on the right side of the law. I'm not tired of saying this. I'm not going to get tired of saying this. If I have to say it for a fucking year and the shit is just old, he's still out here, still date raping niggas, still killing niggas, I'm still going to be reporting on it live down to the Here For It podcast.
Come on out.
In sexual health this week, I wanted to address something that is getting a little more popular for men to talk about because maybe 10 years ago it was like very secret and hush hush, but in the millennial generation they are literally coming out about it. And the subject is erectile dysfunction.
We have that? I thought that just affected old men.
No, it affects all men that have penises.
I don't use mine, but oh my God.
That might be, you might have erectile dysfunction.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah. Literally, that is a cause for erectile dysfunction for a lot of men that don't have enough regular erections, that don't use their penis either sexually or in masturbations. You have a more difficult time maintaining an erection and getting an erection because it's a muscle. And so like any other muscle, if you don't use it, it atrophies. Atrophy, meaning it loses its elasticity, it loses its strength, it becomes diminished. So if you do bicep curls, your bicep is going to get bigger. It's going to be able to flex a little bit more. You're going to be able to do the titty flexes like Terry Crews does. Those are, you're exercising those muscles and you're giving them something to do. You're building them up. And so when you don't do that, then you get skinny and you look like my biceps look like now instead of the way they looked like a year ago. Thank y'all for y'all reads on Instagram, bitches. So when you don't use the muscle, you lose the muscle. Yes, absolutely. And that is a part of erectile dysfunction. So I wanted to cover the top reasons, the top causes, physical causes, not even psychosomatic causes, just the physical causes of erectile dysfunction. First being heart disease. So that's why a lot of people think that it's an old person's disease, because people with heart disease are the target of the Viagra and the Cialis commercials and shit like that, because
the knockoffs in the gas station bathrooms.
Well, they don't have commercials. Those are targeted to literally the average man.
I'm still peeing, and I'm just looking at up, down, wherever I'm looking.
But the ones in the gas station are targeted to the everyday man, because the everyday man goes to the gas station.
Okay.
And so they don't need a commercial for the everyday man. They can just put it somewhere where he already is. He goes to the gas station. Whether he go for gas for his car or whether he go for a Coca-Cola, he going to the gas station. So we ain't got to market that. He just right there already. Ooh. But old white men with great insurance, we need a goddamn commercial for them because they don't know what to do with a flaccid penis. Clogged blood vessels, also known as atherosclerosis. I almost fucked that up. Is also a leading physical cause of erectile dysfunction, meaning you just don't fucking exercise enough. There's not enough blood pumping to get to your dick for it to fill to get an erection. So exercise is extremely important. Even in young men, a lot of young men just like, I don't go to the gym. I don't do that. And then you don't elicit enough blood flow to get to that area for you to have regular erections. Other physical ones are high cholesterol, eating poorly, bad.
Eating a whole box of oatmeal cream pies. I have a craving for like the family's back right now.
High blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and metabolic syndromes. So things that you really can't control yourself that may be passed down hereditarily. So those are just physical common factors for erectile dysfunction. But again, like I said, there are also psychosomatic ones. Things of, okay, the last time I got an erection and I had sex, I didn't please my partner, and so now my brain is, all fucked up and frizzled because I didn't do it right the last time. He
went somewhere else and got it.
Yeah, or your partner has cheated on you. you don't feel like you're sexually satisfying them.
So you try to make up for it in other ways, and trying to do that stresses you out.
Yeah.
I gotta be more masculine in the relationship, even though I know my dick ain't getting hard, so I'm not satisfying him in the bedroom. So it's like, you get stressed out.
Yeah. And then when you stressed out, your dick is like, well, I'm gonna break too then, bitch. So you can avoid definitely the physical ones as much as possible, and if you can't, then that's where the drugs start coming into play. And not being addicted to the drugs is also an important part, because a lot of people with the prescriptions to the Viagra's and the Cialises depend on them for every erection, and that's not what they're there for. You're supposed to use them as an offset. Ooh. Damn. Shouldn't have used that word.
That tweet.
Apparently he don't have no problem with erections. But you're supposed to use it to begin your erections so that you can have more regular erections on your own. So the Viagra gets you the first erection, so you are creating things in your head like, oh, look, my dick is big.
Like we talked about at the
enjoying your fantasy. Creating the fantasy so that you don't need the drug to have sex the next time. And so that creates a dependency that people have on Viagra and Cialis, instead of just using it, like I said, to create the fantasy that you're supposed to already have, that that other people have that don't need the drugs. So erectile dysfunction, like I said, it is becoming more commonly talked about, because I don't think it's more common in millennials. I think it's just we didn't talk about it 20 years ago. It was just like, my dick didn't get hard because that bitch ugly.
Or her vagina was smelly.
Or it wasn't wet. So that's what, that was our escapes for erectile dysfunctions in the old days. But millennials are more like, listen, I've got problems. I sat down and talked to my therapist, and this is why my dick does not get hard for that bitch. I might be gay. So there are more things to erectile dysfunction than that, and I applaud the millennials for being more outspoken and talking about problems that they have instead of hiding them. That was a problem for Ted Bundy, who has been very much popularized currently.
It's a movie and a documentary coming out.
Well, the Netflix documentary is already out, and it's intriguing, but it also talked about his will to want to rape and kill women because he wasn't getting hard for the women that he was already attracted to. He was attracted to women that were in power, women that made a lot of money, but then he would get in bed with them and not be sexually interested because they were so powerful. And so he would prey on these younger, attractive women that were less well off because his dick would get hard in the bed with the women that he thought he was attracted to.
Netflix.com/pod. We just need to go and start the ad campaign. It's stuff on Netflix y'all need to be watching.
Indeed. Give me a check. The girls in Netflix. I've been telling girls about y'all for a while. That is this week's sexual health.
Next for us is Songs for Our Soul.
You ain't got you done your social studies and told
I told you the girls are down to the Eureka Springs. It's tough out here. We're going to see the Passion Plate performing at Eureka Live.
Well, the song for my soul this week is a TBT for real, for real.
All right, now. Is it for my Get That Dick playlist since it's Valentine?
No, this is gonna create erectile dysfunction. if you play this song next to somebody you trying to fuck, you like, I feel emotional right now.
I need.
Can you hold me? Just hold me. You're not gonna get no dick, no ass out of this song. I'm not a perfect person. There's many things I wish I didn't do, but I continue learning. I never meant to do those things to you, and so I have to say before I go. And that, I just want you to know. I found a reason to change who I used to be, a reason to start over new, and the reason is you. So I know that resonated with a lot of people because y'all old like me, and y'all remember that song. That song is from Hoobastank. In 2004, they came out with that hit song, The Reason. And it was like my emo song when I was in my senior year of high school. And I heard it again recently, and I felt just as 17 years old as I was the first time that I heard that song. And I was like, oh my God, look at me. I used to be emo. And I used to have white friends. Look at me. Growth. And I think the song was obviously amazing for its characteristics of saying, I know I can improve upon myself, and you are the reason that I can improve upon myself. And that song came out in 2004, was their greatest hit. I don't know where the fuck they are in 2019, but come back, we need you. Thanks.
We do love Ariana Grande down to the Here For It podcast, and this is not going to be a full album review, but y'all need to read the lyrics to Bloodline, because she was like, look, nigga, I'm just looking for a good time. I'm not trying to have you in my bloodline. And I love the beat for that. And I know that she said she was done with videos for this album, but that would be a great spring single. So I'm fingers crossed for that, if I could get one more video out of her. I like the thought of fake smile, because celebrities all the time are having to put on these fake smiles. And she was like, look, girl, look. In My Head is my personal jam. Let's see, break up with your girlfriend. I'm bored.
I love Needy. Needy resonated with me so much.
The song for my soul this week is Imagine, track 1. She's like, look, this is how we gonna set the tone. This can definitely go on your Valentine's Day playlist, or if you're thinking about telling him that you want to escalate this relationship this week, but you don't want to say it, just let this song do it. Because it was definitely a break from like the 7 rings and all of that. She said, look, I'm an Italian woman and I like to do R&B. So I'm going to give y'all... I don't have the words. She just gave you vocals. That's what I want from Ariana Grande. What is that sweetener shit? Grammy Award winning. What is that sweetener mess?
It's just sweetener, not sugar.
And so this Thank You Next album was the white girl soul that Patti LaBelle told Ariana Grande that she needs to pull out. And it definitely jumped out in this song. Imagine, track number 1, Thank God for Jesus. And Thank You Next, the album. Get it wherever you buy your music.
Or steal your music, sure. This week, I'm absolutely not here for something. I read this story, and I thought it was a typical white male politician.
That Facebook group.
When I read the story, because white male politicians.
I mean,
and then he was in allegedly, I thought he was in Wyoming. But then I found out that this was a female. This was a black female. And it made it even more worse for me to read the story. Wyoming senator has compared homosexuality to pedophilia and sex with animals in meeting with with an LGBTQ high school student. So we've entrusted this lady. I'm just gonna give her that right now. We've entrusted this lady with being a senator from a state and representing a state, and then coming and talking to our youth. And this is the message that she has for our youth when she comes and talks to them. Wyoming Senator Lynn Hutchins offered a sickening and hateful opinion of homosexuality to 10 LGBTQ students. Not just students that she was talking to. She was talking to gay students, identified open gay students, at a Gay Straight Alliance Civics Day at the Capitol on February 1st, according to civil rights group Wyoming Equality. Hutchins was meeting with the students as part of the Gay Straight Alliance Civics Day at the Capitol. So these students have organized a day where they talk about civics and talk about straight alliances. And they've invited the senator to come down and say great things. And
to come say great things, not stupid things.
Yeah. According to Wyoming Equality's complaint to Senate President Drew Perkins, Hutchins told the students, if my sexual orientation was to have sex with all of the men in there, I had sex with all of the women and all of the women in there, then they brought their children and I had sex with all of them. That sounds just as convoluted as it did.
What?
This is her quote. This is not read out of context. It sounds as fucked up as it actually is. And then brought their dogs in and I had sex with them. Should I be protected from my sexual orientation? So her question is, if she had sex with all the men in the room, these are children, teenagers, and then had sex with all the women, and then invited dogs in to partake in this pedophilic orgy, should she be allowed to change her sexual orientation because she had this pedophilic bestiality orgy? What the fuck is going on in your mind, bitch? What drugs are you on? What kind of sexual repression? No, I don't want that shit. Leave me with regular weed and tequila, bitch. I don't want that bullshit. This bitch, in her mind, thought about, well, if I had all the sex with all the men and all the women in this place with teenagers.
Have sex with the Sharpies and then the safety pins.
And then invited dogs. Can I then change my sexual orientation? This is a question that she's posing to gay students. I don't want that drug. The students attempted to clarify the meaning of the bill. They tried to save her ass.
Like they was like, ma'am.
But were rebuffed by repeated interruptions by Hutchins, according to the complaints. So they tried to save her from her own bullshit. And then she doubled down on it, reaffirming she meant what she said in all of those convoluted words.
Ooh.
I'm absolutely not here for it. So one, I expect not much from Wyoming because there's 12 people there. No shade. But I expect a lot from black women. I expect so much from black women. Black women saved us from a pedophile in the Senate in Alabama. Black women almost saved us from a racist governor in Georgia and a racist governor in Florida. They did their best. But a black woman in Wyoming is just letting me the fuck down. As a black woman, you know better. You should do better. And I'm absolutely not here for it. Senator Hutchins, go the fuck away from me with this. And she looked like that. FYI. I'm not going to read her looks because I'm not going to tear down a black woman, but I just want you to know that's what she looked like. When you Google her, you can see what she looked like. And
you are so rude.
I want better for you. I want better for us.
Okay. This week, I am here for something. Thank God for Jesus. Pause 100 honoree. He also spoke at the Democratic National Convention the year that Hillary Clinton was running for president. My homie, Daniel Driffin, on Facebook, calls out medical providers who delay or deny people in the city of Atlanta services using the hashtag disservice provider. Hashtag disservice provider. You're supposed to be providing a service, but you're not doing it. Ma'am. The earliest
dereliction of duty
post that I saw about it was, it appeared that like back in 2016, he was telling a story about how he started emailing a service provider on November the 1st. It was November the 15th, and he still had not had an appointment, but the counselor was saying, well, we have to meet in person in order for me to approve whatever services you need from the city of Atlanta, or just as a part of our grant, it requires us to meet in person or whatever. So he was pissed off and used a whole bunch of hashtags. And he was like, I started this email chain on November the 1st, and I might not even get to see my provider until December the 15th. Imagine needing services for 45 days. And so other people, and he shares other people's posts in the city of Atlanta. He was like, some person was saying like they are about to run out of their ARTs and their ADAP still hadn't been approved. And I was like, what are these initials and symbols? ART is
antiretroviral therapy.
Thank you, because I was about to say it wrong and I studied it. And then an ADAP is AIDS. They'll sign you a counselor or somebody who helps make sure that your forms are good down to the Gilead discount program, and your form is cool down to the housing services, and somebody is assigned to help you. So
a social worker that allows you to get with different programs to make sure you're taking
and
the most
find
benefit.
all of the different programs to make sure that you get the best benefits, even though you've been infected with it. You are a person living with HIV. And so, I had to correct that language. Delete that tweet.
I'm from Tennessee. That almost jumped right the fuck on out.
So he posted, one of the most popular posts is Daniel Driffin posted, "Have you ever called the living room and made it through to a human? Hashtag disservice provider." So I went to livingroom.org. It's an organization in Atlanta that claims they give, we're the housing girl. We can connect you to care girl. We do all the things, girl. We're that girl. But then Daniel Driffin goes, "Hey, y'all ever called and somebody answer the phone?" That's the least you can do as a company. You paying the phone bill, answer the goddamn thing.
So
put the girls on hold till they hang up at least.
Not to interrupt, but to interrupt. The living room is I support them because they do great work. They are inundated because Atlanta has a population that is very gay diverse. And so they don't have the personnel, the manning, or the funding to get to everyone all the time, unfortunately.
So somebody in the comments, I told this one of the best posts. Someone in the comments said that they were told that the living room is the place to go because they help the girls. And the only contact information they were given was an email. They weren't even given. I guess the girls like, well, we recommend you go here, but don't even call because it's a waste of time. And he wasn't getting much service from his email either. But the living room is just one place where Daniel Driffin calls companies out, call providers out with a purpose. I'm not saying I'm just calling you out and saying that you stanky and that your wig crooked and all this other stuff. It's that people are depending on you, and a lack of urgency in your on your side is why Black gay men also continue to have the lowest percentages of staying connected to care. Because only like 60-something% of us know that we are a person living with HIV. Well, not me. But that they know that there are people living with HIV, but only like 39 to 42% of people are staying in care because they feel like, one, Atlanta is too big. It takes too long to get to from where I live. Services are not provided in my area. And MARTA is not helping, and the bus routes in Atlanta is not helping, and everything is trash. And then I call you, you don't even answer the phone. But shout out to Daniel Driffin and his hashtag disservice provider because he's calling the girls out. Look, he's like, I know I'm calling the girls out, but I'm doing it with a purpose. I need to help Black gay men in Atlanta because the CDC is here and we still have high new HIV infection rates. And the CDC is down off the Martin Luther King Boulevard. The whole damn center of the operation is right here, girl. How we the worst off? But when The Walking Dead come on, where are we going first? Well, let's find the CDC. They'll have the cure there. No, they don't. The people at the CDC dead. On The Walking Dead, the people were dead. Not to ruin season 1 if you haven't watched The Walking Dead, but check. Hashtag disservice provider. I'm here for it. Call these girls out.
So has Daniel actually been down to the living room?
I'm not. Well, he works with all the girls in the community, and he does all the things. So I have not seen his Google Maps history of all the locations he's been, but I'm sure he's in contact with them.
Well, he's not in contact with them.
Especially after he called the girls out.
No, he's not.
I'm sure somebody called him after he called the girls out.
Maybe not.
Defend the living room. Come on.
But that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people have the same characterization of Casa Ruby. Mm-hmm. Of, okay, I called Casa Ruby all the time. I emailed them. They don't email us back. Mm-hmm. We have had things. And we weren't even looking for care.
No, not.
So that's the crux that I'm saying is also the living room because they're understaffed. And their staff is also volunteer.
They're probably understaffed because they're giving all their money to the services, which is understandable.
Yeah.
That's what I would expect if that's what was going on.
But you don't know what's going on behind the...
That's what I would suspect if that is what is going on.
He would do himself the most service by going down there in person because the people that are getting services from them are finding a way to get to the service.
Okay.
And
then
they
continue to have to be on top of it.
You have to be on top of it.
Yeah.
You have to be on top of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the providers take an oath that they will do no wrong for a patient. But if you're not a patient yet, you can't blame them for not providing you treatment because you're not a patient yet. You got to become a patient. And so, like a lot of Christians continue to say and hold up in their favorite of Bible verses, faith without works is dead. You can't expect them to knock on your door with all the medicine and all the money and all the treatment. You got to go get it.
I hope y'all listening to that.
You got to go get it. You got to go get it.
That was a word.
And so I'd say that as a supporter of the living room, I don't know the implications of everything going on around with his personal situation with the living room, but I know that the living room is not the only center that has had that same type of stigma surrounding it. Again, these are people that are volunteering, and when they volunteer, I got a regular job. I go to my regular job because I got to eat, and then I volunteer over here because of the goodness of my heart. And so, if I'm not volunteering over here and nobody's answering the phone, then maybe you need to be volunteering down here. Maybe you need to step up and help, because this is a nonprofit most times. And if anybody has worked in the nonprofit world, worked in the nonprofit sphere, you know that means not a lot of money. Not a lot of money.
The truth, John.
And so if 90% of the funding is going towards the clients, the patients, we ain't got no money to pay for nobody to be answering phones. And we ain't got no money to be paying for nobody answering emails.
Also, separate but equal. Shout out to Lost and Found Atlanta. When the weather got really, really bad, they were focusing on bringing in the homeless from out of the cold. So shout out lnfy.org, Lost and Found. Hopefully they answer the phone. I just recommended that the girls go there and call them.
If not, go.
They have crisis support. You can call and text a phone number if you need help. They have like a food kitchen. Lost and Found Atlanta is a amazing Black gay organization that I've been seeing on the internet do great things.
And locally, Us Helping Us is also opening a food pantry.
Here in D.C.,
opening a food pantry, laundry services, shower services as well. So you can find them on the internet. Just Google Us Helping Us. I've worked with their staff for about 2 years now. Great staff. For us, by us, Black gay men doing the motherfucking thing.
They have a therapist on staff, and
they have multiple therapists, and they're hiring 2 RNs this month.
He was on some panel that I was at. The conference was trash, but he was really amazing with everything he said. So I really trust, and I loved that therapist. I need to make an appointment. The truth jumped out. But shout out to Us Helping Us. Love them.
Yeah, Us Helping Us. Partners with Impulse DC as well. So it is time for our last call.
I'm enjoying this conversation. I don't want it to be over.
If you have never heard any of the 98 episodes of this podcast, we are going to take a toast and end it with our last call. So if you have alcohol available to you, please pour yourself a shot and take a ride with us.
Shout out to the Jose Cuervo. Silver, not gold. Thank you, Patreon subscribers. My last call this week is to the possibility, the inkling. I know you said no earlier in this episode, but I'm saying yes. There are 3 Black finalists in the top 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race. So it's like clip RuPaul, one of these 3. Love Trinity down. Boots, bangles, and barrettes. Still working on the t-shirt. But Ru, come on now.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
Come on out, Jesus. Come on out, Ru. Stop being hoggish on White Blonde Queen. Save something for the other girls. Woo! My last call. The possibility, the hope that a Black queen can take the crown.
So you're going to take 2 shots next week if that's not it?
No. Well, yeah, sure. But, Ru, come on out.
She's already come out and told us exactly what her ambitions are.
Ru.
With her white husband on the ranch.
In Wyoming. Wyoming, what is going on up there?
We know what's going on. We see it.
Children's.
We see. Like I said last week, it is still Black History Month, and this is the shortest month of the year that they gave us for Black History Month, and so I will continue to highlight LGBT people that have been pioneers and great people in Black history from here on the fuck out through this month, and maybe even through March. I don't
Leaks.
know. No. Well, we thought she was transgender, but she said no.
That was a joke. I know this segment is serious. Okay.
No, it's lighthearted because this one that I'm highlighting this week is lighthearted. He was one of the fathers of the Harlem Renaissance, and he is one of the reasons he's famous is because he's never like really confirmed that he was gay, but he's also confirmed that he had a lot of gay sex, and a lot of his lovers posthumously confirmed that he was gay after he died. He was gay, but it just was not a popular time to be gay and be out. He was right before the time of Bayard Rustin, and so at the beginning of the Harlem Renaissance, his peers were Langston Hughes.
I thought that's who we were talking about, but
Well,
shut my fat ass up.
Not confirmed, but
Shut my fat ass up.
rumors. So I won't even address that. But Langston Hughes was great. But this is a confirmation. Alan Locke, Alainlocke, one of the followers of the Harlem Renaissance. He was the first black person inducted into the Rhodes Scholarship and to get a PhD from Oxford University.
Oh, look at him all dressed up.
Yeah.
He only got good pictures on the internet.
Beat. This is my forefather. He created the concept of the new Negro, which was empowering and encouraged the concept of artistry within our community, especially in the New York area. Again, one of the fathers and influencers of the Harlem Renaissance. Regularly hung out with W.E.B. Du Bois. Regularly hung out and had intellectual conversations with Zora Neale Hurston. Like, matched wits with the best of them.
Shout out to him.
And was black and gay. And one of the famous things from the book that was basically like an autobiography, it was called The New Negro. That I remember I took out of context, but I thought it was good. He had an apartment building where you had to dial in to push. You had to push the dial in to get access to the apartment building. And this is in times like way before it's common now. Like this,
It's
you had to be rich.
now.
You had to be rich to have like a dial-in thingamajig to dial girls up. So he had the dial-in, and he would change the name on his dial-in so girls would know that it was him. And so he would change it to white names like Adam Smith, James Claiborne, and shit like that. So people would know it was him, and they would dial apartment 2, and he would like, "Who is this?" This is the quote from
The Negro jumped out.
That's the name of the book is The New Negro. And so they would say who it was, and if he didn't know the name, he would hang up. So I thought that was one of the most entertaining things.
Playing on these girls' phones.
Yeah, if you playing on my phone, I'm hanging up and you're not coming up. You got to figure, who are you with? He wouldn't let people come up to his apartment if he didn't know who they were or who was with them.
Okay.
And the book that audio biographed him was called The New Negro. Great book by, I want to say his name was James Stewart. I might get that wrong. I think his name is James Stewart. But he was also watched by the FBI because of his views, because of his influence,
Revolutionary,
and because they were just scared.
The white women
Of his beatness, of his ability to organize, his ability to get these degrees, his writings in philosophy.
He was the first black person to be honored as a Rhodes Scholar or something?
Yeah, Rhodes Scholar, I said that.
Yeah, wow, look at you. I didn't know you was this smart. Wow. That's why I keep my Google, I say it all the time, I keep my Google open when you talking because you be saying some real stuff. I be learning.
So, Alan Locke, again, we will talk about the MLKs, we will talk about the Martin Luther Kings, we will talk about the Malcolm X's, we will talk about the Harriet Tubmans this month, but this is a black gay pioneer that we should be talking about. Alan Locke, thank you for your contributions to our society. As a black gay creative, I could not be here without the Harlem Renaissance and without gay pioneers like you leading it.
And he was a Virgo. So, there's that.
Yeah, that's my rising moon.
Virgo Nation for life. Well, clearly, but that is this week's episode of Here For a Podcast. I look this what. We give y'all Black history lessons out here.
Indeed. And if you want to see us, meet us, greet us, play with some penises, come to the Condom Con exhibit this Saturday at 4 p.m. at the Blind Wino. I will be there loud and in color, in person, being problematic.
I hope you're in a condom-inspired outfit. Can you win the $500?
No.
No, because you're part of the organization.
No, I will not win. But
And it's too short notice. I don't got that kind of budget to be. Woo.
You don't got enough condoms? Why don't you have enough condoms?
Blind Wino this Saturday at 4 p.m. I will be there as well, walking around. I need to go get my hair did. Sure.
Yeah.
Come see us.
Absolutely, and make sure you subscribe. The tickets will be in the description. They're free. If you just
and it's the open bar.
Click the link, RSVP, say, "Girl, I'm coming." You can come out and see us for free. The price is going up in the future. I want y'all to know that.
Hopefully,
no, it's going up in the future. So while it's free to come out and see us, come out and see us for free and get you a couple drinks.
Oh, the price to come see us. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Get you a few drinks and see us and things.
Enjoy the arts.
Yeah.
It's at the art gallery.
Make sure that you subscribe to this podcast. I saw a couple of you finally eked into the subscription. Y'all niggas be listening, but you ain't subscribed. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast. If you want to support us, get over to our Patreon right now. We have just created some brand new Patreon content, and we would love your support. We appreciate you so much, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.